All right, first just want to make sure you're in the meeting, can see the screen that says end user
Yep.
training. Okay, so I'm gonna change the sharing. You should now see a little green folder icon to share. Go ahead and share your screen.
Let me
And
see what screen I want to share with you. I got so many of them. Okay, I got it.
there you go.
Tell me what you're looking at your Zoom.
Yep, there's the Zoom. So I'm looking at your cursor move around, so we're on the right screen.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Ooh, you got the dark.
Oh, that's for my color. I'm colorblind, just so you know.
Oh.
So the gray is me. That's my time. And then the yellow is appointment. So so you want me to just kind of take you and show you how I do it right now?
Yeah, let's just start with just show me kind of your process and your workflow, and I'll make comments as we go.
Sure. So this is how we've had it set up. Whoops, I just lost you. I'm sorry there. You still there?
Yep, I am here.
My screen just went off. I turned it off by accident. My fault. Just come on. I just put a new computer. I got like 3 screens right now. I'm trying to get away from traveling as much, so I'm trying to be as. Is it back up?
I'm looking at your screen. Yeah.
So I don't know if you're familiar with this thing called SaneBox, but it basically is just a thing that you can train emails to go into certain boxes, almost like a rules on the Outlook.
Okay.
So and of course I've got the everything over here. So we're basically just trying to get things set up as we go along. But my main thing was, so when I get an email, again I go through these, how do you set it up? When do you know to set it up as a manager? How do you follow all of these things and using Profit and, with the links and getting everything just on a flow?
Sure, I understand.
Are you familiar with SaneBox?
No, but I'm familiar with rules, very familiar with Outlook rules.
So yeah, this is called SaneBox, and it basically, you, like say for example, this email comes in and I want it to, I can move this to, instead of doing a rule, I can basically move it to, let's say it's just junk. I can move it into the same black hole, and then this will basically train those to start going in there, kind of like the rule, but and I may have to get rid of this SaneBox is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
It may be causing more problems than we go with the rules. I don't know.
All right.
But so everything comes into the end. The purpose of SaneBox is to have an inbox with 0 in it. So the less noise as possible, and then having things going into certain things. Now I've created my own folders outside of SaneBox with, that I've basically created my own rules, or I basically, once it comes into my inbox, I'll put it in there without the rule. So that I read it and then put it somewhere.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep, following you 100%.
Okay. So what do I tell you? And again, my big thing here is, and then I took your advice on the last, so I've got another screen open. I closed it right now for this call, but I took your advice on the last call with the training, and on the other screen I have Profit open.
Right. That's a good way to do it.
So that's kind of where I'm at. And I can show you what we've done so far, or what we need to do, or
Well, why don't you do this? Why don't you walk through just a day in the life, what you do with Profit, and then as you see or think of anything that you might need advice on or help on, we'll just deal with it as
well. So as emails come in, my main thing is, I can't say we've gotten a long way with it. So an email comes in, obviously. Hold on. When an email comes in, obviously if it's junk, you just delete it, right? Do you put any kind of a rule on there not to come in,
Well, junk email, what you can do is take any email like that Southwest one right there, just leave it on there,
right?
And just right click. Well, hang on.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Where'd we go? Go back to that email. I didn't want you to open
Oh,
it.
I didn't. I got you. Let me open it. Let me close it.
Just
Okay.
stay now. Right click, and you can go down to your junk options, and you'll see that see the junk options down near the bottom, and then you can say block sender, so you never get them from there. And that's kind of a way of just basically whitelisting or blocking sender by email address.
Right.
That's
Okay.
a simple thing to do. That's what I do with a lot of junk, so I don't have
Okay.
to delete it all the
So,
time.
so here's a good one. This is an email that came in from a client, and they are currently a contact on on Profit.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I go about linking this email to other emails with this group?
Okay, so is this regarding an opportunity right now?
It's an opportunity, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to change it so that I can drive here for a
Okay.
second. Just give me a minute on that. Where's my... Okay, I'm going to request remote control.
Sure.
So you give that to me. And I would suggest setting up the quick access toolbar. Do you know about that?
I do.
You have a lot of things, and so I'm looking at your quick access thing. So the things in Profit can be set up as quick access toolbars too, by the way. So like link an email, so it'll show up in this list here. So you have a lot of these, I see. Okay, and I'm not seeing the Profit tab. Let me move.
Oh, you know what? Because we're in the calendar right now.
Okay, that's still fine though. I'm just you should see a Profit tab. Now, have you got that collapsed or something? The ribbon?
Yeah, try looking. Maybe I do. It should. You want me to see if I can? Yeah, there you go.
Let me just look
There's
at
nothing
this.
you can do to hurt me, so I'm good.
Yeah. Should have brought my
What about the
glasses.
arrows going up and down on the top up there?
Now that'll just take you to another email, by the way.
There's Profit right there. You're right below it. Right below it. Right above it.
Oh, there's the Profit ribbon. Okay, got it. So see
Yeah,
how...
but actually, we got off of that one email. That wasn't the email we were looking at.
That's fine. Let's go back to that email, which
Right
was...
there. Right, the one that says Rosano Salvatore, the last one.
Okay, got it. All right. So let's say that you wanted to link this email to a record in Profit to an opportunity. And now I've lost that little ribbon again. How did you
So
get...
let me try to help you out here.
Yeah.
I think it's right here, but it reverted back to the email. Sorry, I don't know. Let me just see if. Okay, so there it is, right here.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do it that way. So you just we'll click on the Profit ribbon.
I'll let you do it. You're good.
Yeah, and we're going to hit that little link button, and it'll bring up the list of all your opportunity manager, basically. And now, what is there a keyword or a name or something that you want?
You could just put NTW right down there below. You see it right there, about the almost third from the bottom.
Yeah, so I just did a quick search in case you don't see it, right? And then you have the option of either auto linking emails from that contact to that opportunity, or a one-time link. So which would you prefer?
Auto.
Okay, so we're going to auto link it, and it says there's no valid email address. So let's go check that out. Is it possible? Well, you do have to have an email address for anything that
Should
you're
be in
linking.
there.
Let's take a look at it.
Okay.
NTW. I'll just do a quick.
Right there.
Your screen is really small from my Zoom window.
Is there a way that I can make it bigger?
Nah, probably, but we won't worry about it right now. I'm just navigating a bit here. And by the way, as we go, I'll show you a few tips and tricks like this.
Yep.
This bar, which is the fold, you can raise that up and down. You may have collapsed it intentionally. See that little button?
Do that again one more time. I'm sorry.
Okay, first of all, see this little button? Well, you can just grab the bar and move it down.
Oh, okay. Expand it. I got you. Okay.
And then this little arrow right here just collapses the whole thing and then restores the whole thing.
Okay.
It's useful because over here, it depends on how you're set up in these other tabs. You know, what we recommend is putting most commonly used fields in above the fold, so to speak, above this line about halfway up. So that way, you know, you're not normally going deep into one of these areas, but if you need to, you can just go down, right? So that's a quick up and down.
Now you've hit the auto link, correct?
Well, I haven't done that. What we're looking at, we're going to open this contact and see why it says there's no valid email on it. Does that look like a valid email address to you?
That's his email.
Yeah, it does to me too. Interesting. Let's try this a different way just to check something. Let's just check that box.
Okay.
Save and close. Interesting. All right. Well, was that your email in the top inbox that we were just in, where that NTW, where that Saul is?
It was in my calendar. Yeah, it should be. No, it was in the inbox. Yes. You
Okay.
click on that.
I was going to say, unless the
Sure.
calendar's in,
There it
okay,
is.
so there he is. So let's just see if that is opening now. So I should be able to open that opportunity because I linked it. No, there is no opportunity. Something is goofy about your setup here. Yeah.
I know. I think that's what we're running into.
That's the problem. Yeah. Okay. Um, well, we should spend a minute troubleshooting this and
Sure.
getting it fixed here. So what I want to do is I want to add the way we're going to check this is we're going to add a column in your inbox here. So where your labels, I don't see your header labels. Oh yeah, received and so on. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just dark. I don't see that.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Um,
I could probably lighten it.
it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
I'll deal with it. So what we're going to do is I went into the field chooser, and this is a way to validate if the unique identifier is embedded in that email. So we're going to put in, you wouldn't normally know this, but we're going to go into this little selection for all mail fields, and we're going to check for billing information. There it is. And I'm going to put that as a column in here.
You're just dragging and dropping right now, right?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. There we go. So you see now, I'm going to make that a little wider.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if there's a bunch of numbers in that. No, you see it's not picking up. It's not embedding your billing, that code in it. So that's the problem. I'm going to just quickly ask somebody what to
Oh,
do.
okay.
So that's what's happening is that linking function is, for whatever reason we don't know yet, not embedding the unique ID in it. So just stand by for a second. I'll see if
Sure.
someone could help me with that. Hang on.
Okay.
All right, Grant, I am back.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is do a little fix on that. So go ahead and close Outlook for the time being, and then open up your Windows File Explorer. I'm going to let you
Now I
navigate.
use Chrome.
That's fine. Well, we're not talking about
Oh, okay.
that. We're just, so close Outlook.
You want to see my desktop?
Yeah, just open Windows. I can see it. I'll do it for you.
Okay.
And this might have popped up in another window. I want the Windows File Explorer in front of this desktop with the
Sure.
sunset.
It's my backyard.
It is?
Oh no.
Oh, I was going to say Virginia. Wow.
Yeah.
Looks like Washington.
It does, do.
All right. So when I double click that, there we go. All right, here I am. You probably don't need to know what I'm going to do here, but
That's
you're well.
okay. I won't say anything. I won't even look.
Yeah, it might just confuse you. I'm just going to go into your C drive.
You need my C drive? There it is. The local.
Yep. I want program files. And I want Obsidian, Profit. Oh, those aren't alphabetical right now, I don't think. Oh, there it is.
There.
That's the guy I wanted. Okay, we're going to do that.
There's another one above it.
Yeah, don't need that right now. But while I'm in here, I'm just going to check one other thing. No, what I wanted was the
It said profit add and disable.
Where did it say that? I just couldn't see.
It was a little pop-up down the bottom.
Oh, okay. It says the latest version is already installed. Where were you seeing that pop up?
It popped up down here in the right-hand corner. It said profit outlook.
Yeah, okay. I will. Got it. That's kind of what we wanted there. All right, so I'm going to close that. Oops, not that. I'm going to have you close out.
Sure.
Close that window.
You want to close it or what?
Yeah, just close that window completely right now.
Okay.
And then go and restart Outlook.
Okay.
That should have fixed it. We will see.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to link this email with the profit ribbon, the little link button there. We're going to link it to NTW, and we'll set it for auto linking. There is no valid email address. That's weird. One more thing.
Okay. This is, I guess we wouldn't know these were issues until we got one of you guys on the phone to show it, I guess.
Yeah, right now it's right. It's not a training issue at all.
No, I know, again, and that's kind of what happened on that last call with the emails going into the junk, which they still are, by the way. I think I sent you an email, but your last invite wouldn't even allow me. Moved it over to the inbox, but it wouldn't even allow me to accept it or reply. It was weird.
Let's hold that thought for a minute.
Sure.
Did that pop up in another window? I want to open up the NTW opportunity.
No, let's see. What pop up?
I'm just
Oh.
I'm just opening this opportunity.
Yeah, I can close some of these files down below too if you want.
No, you're good on that. Okay. I just see an opportunity open.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm sorry, it did. Oh, my bad. I'm on the other screen. Hold on.
Okay, drag it in front of the one you're sharing here. There we go.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's checked, but let's just check one more thing here. And I want to go into your inbox, and we already put that column in there, billing information.
So what should be what should be in there just for
a whole string of numbers, like 15 or 20 characters, kind of random looking characters. It's called a GUID, GUID, and that's not embedding. But we're going to just do try this one more time.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, I'll drag a tech over on the call. And I'm not going to charge you for this
No,
time.
I got you. I'm not worried about it.
Just, yeah, me neither. We're just troubleshooting right now. Let's see, go into your C drive again. I can navigate. And did you say you switched to 64-bit
No,
Office?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't know if I did or didn't.
Okay, that's all right.
What's it? I'm not sure what the difference is.
Doesn't matter right now.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I want to run this little AVT update
Sure.
that I saw. This will probably.
The version of property you are using to update, no newer version available.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, now I'm going to close your Outlook. Close Outlook completely and then
Okay,
reopen
let
it.
me just get rid of this for you because it. There you go. That way nothing pops up on the other screen.
Yeah, there you go.
You see it? There you go.
Yep, I'm good.
Okay.
Um,
I don't think you clicked onto that one that we're looking to. There you go.
Still no billing information in there, so. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a tech while we have the screen open.
Why don't you try this real quick? Just curious. Maybe go to that email and then act as if it doesn't have a contact, and create one just to see if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
You mean just open the opportunity?
Or just create or you could open the contact and we create a contact and see if it just kind of from scratch if that.
Yeah, well, let's do it. Let's test this on another opportunity right now and just see. Do you have any inbound emails from any of these other opportunities right now?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, I'll let you navigate and find an email from one of those opportunities. I just want to see if they have the right. We'll link it, unlink
so
it.
See, so here's one right here.
Okay, good. Let me use that one for a minute. And what folder are we in?
What do you mean? Oh, we're in the later folder.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to add that billing information column in here.
I see. Okay.
What kind of computer is this? Is laptop, desktop?
This is a desktop.
Okay.
Monster.
Would you do what I'm doing and select the all mail fields? My cursor isn't granular enough to grab that, and then
all mail fields. Okay.
All right, and then drag the billing information up into right on your subject line and received bar there, and just drop it in there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we'll take Matt and we're going to link him to an opportunity and see if it's related to a certain contact that's corrupted or something, or if it's just something else we got to deal with. All right, so and what's that guy's name?
It's Matt Schulz. There you go. Should be under Schulz. That's weird. There it is.
Okay. Okay, so we'll just link it right there, and we're going to select auto link and see if it says the same thing. Aha, that's a better aha. Okay, that's good to know. So we just linked that email from Matt Schul to that opportunity. By the way, now I can open that opportunity from that email. See that? And that I think will work because it seemed successful. Yeah, that's working. Okay, so interesting.
So this yours. Now this came open on my other screen. Hold on 1 second. Oops. There you go.
Yeah, so this one's behaving correctly. This is good to know. So this will be checked. See that right there?
Mm-hmm.
And
And
now
you also, that Scott Allen would be okay too if you want to click him.
yeah, and so you haven't been set up to really to do the email linking and tracking yet, it looks like, have you?
Nope.
Oh, well, that's an important thing. So do you have the public folder set up for that?
Nope. I don't think
See, okay, so that's right. You never really went through an implementation with us.
no.
All right,
We,
so
you know, we probably took the cheap way, and we probably get to come back to bid it. So yeah.
you know that's what has to happen. And I won't be the one that will do that. But rather than billing you for my time right now, I'll just do this as a courtesy, spend an hour with you. What I want to do is use the next couple of hours to get you set up correctly with the
Yeah, I
implementation.
think it's worth paying for. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So but I'll explain what needs to happen just so you're kind of familiar with the idea. Is that where these emails are stored are not locally. They're stored on your Exchange account, which is either in Office 365, which is what you're on, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
So what you'll do is you'll need to set up a public folder. It's actually called a shared folder in Office 365 for these emails to reside in that you've linked. That means they can be deleted from Outlook and they'll still be accessible. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yep. It does. They're on
Um,
file.
I mean, we do have instructions on all that, but it's usually better to just have someone walk you through it and get you set up.
Okay.
So I believe that's the source of our problems at the root of all of this is that you, first of all, even though it's linked, you don't have the folder set up.
We had your YouTubes, but we probably didn't sit and watch them like we should have, and somebody can hold our hand and do it.
Yeah, no, this is more than that. This is an implementation thing. So we'll
Okay.
I'll make an action item to have one of our techs set you up with that or show you how to do it anyway with the public folders, and they'll probably just kind of do a once over on the rest of your implementation. So okay, that was one thing. Now I'm going to consider that issue closed until you go through that setup process. So
Okay. Hey, do you know when you put put us in the queue for the ticket, how long they usually take to do that?
well, somebody should reach out to you within a couple hours usually.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and I'll do that right after this call. Or actually, you could just go to our support site and submit a ticket yourself. That's actually better because then you can track the ticket and
Okay.
there'll be an ID number. Do you know how to get to that?
I do. I
Okay,
mean, just to make sure I do.
profitcrm.com.
Yeah,
And
let me just.
yeah, bring up a browser. Let's make sure you have all that lined up.
All right. I probably have it on everything, but it's
Profitcrm.com, not Profit on Demand this time.
oh, it's not Profit on Demand?
No, that's your admin. I want you to go just to our product website, profitcrm.com.
Okay. I probably have not been there. Profit CRM.
Profitcrm.com. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
You should probably well, bookmark it or whatever, but
I will.
you've been there before, it looks like.
Yep.
Okay, so and then yeah.
Okay.
Now over here on the support tab, you can either click the support tab or choose an option here. But what you want to do here, not right this second, but you want to submit a support ticket.
Okay.
We're really good about it. Basically, you don't have to log in or anything. You just click submit a ticket, and someone will reach out to you automatically.
Okay, and they don't need to know what it's about or anything?
Yeah, no. When you click this submit ticket,
Okay.
you're going to describe what needs to happen.
Gotcha.
And mention in that Warren suggested that they go through support for this.
Okay, so my keywords, basically what am I asking for is just an implementation or?
No, what you're going to ask for is, for this specific thing, is you're going to ask to get your opportunity email tracking set up.
Okay.
Simple as that. And I'll let support know that.
Sure. And then per Warren.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly.
All right, I'll do that.
And I'm always easy to reach to if you
Sure.
have any questions. Okay, so let's go back and go back into Outlook and Profit.
Okay.
Or at least your inbox, and talk a little bit about some of the basic things. Are you familiar with how to create a contact from an inbound email?
I am. Just so if I do this right, let's just say this person here, I wanted to create a new contact. I would just go up here to create.
That's correct.
Is that correct?
Yeah, and you hit new contact, and this is a dupe checker. If they were already in there with that exact email address and name, it would show the contact already exists. That's so Profit introduces this.
Okay.
I would just click create new contact, and the body of the email may have things like their phone number and stuff in it, so you can easily. I'll show you a little
Yeah.
quick.
And I don't really need to have it, right?
No, I'm just showing you how to do that.
Sure.
And
It's not a mandatory field, so I just basically hit save and close at this
yeah,
point.
and it's a contact. Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. I think we got
All
that
right.
part now.
All right, very good. And I want to check a couple of things while we're
Sure.
on this call. Let me just drive for a minute, and I'm going to go into Contact Manager and show you a couple little things about setting things up. See this little button with the red
Mhm.
thing says Edit this view. What I wanted to see is how you're set up. You're set up to see all contacts in that view, which is good. That's what you want in that view. Are you familiar with how to create other views, filtered and sorted and various things?
Am I using them? No, but you've gone through it once with us, but maybe I've got a little more limited.
Well, I'll give you an example of how this gets used, and let me also see if you're using any of these customizable fields. It doesn't look like you are yet. Can you think of a contact that's a client of a customer of yours?
Yeah, if you want to go, that NTW is a client. Actually, the Schulz is a client.
Well, let's do Schulz. What was the guy's name? Matt? What was the
Yeah,
last name?
Matt Schul. There it is.
Yes, all right, okay. So down here are really useful fields, and you'll want to start over time, start populating these. Since you already have a lot of contacts in here and they didn't, they weren't imported with all this, my suggestion is every time you look at a contact, go in here and set a couple of these things like client, see these things here, these are customizable.
Yeah.
Do you call it client or
So
customer?
we did this in opportunity. Okay, this makes sense. Okay, got it.
This is for a contact, and I'll show you why it's useful. These industries, you may not make sense to you, but you can edit these.
Yep.
Okay. A more
And that we would go to the, just to not interrupt, but to go, we would, to edit these, we'd need to go to the other site, right?
the profitondemand.com, correct?
Gotcha, okay.
All right. Now, the reason you can do this is you can create your own fields out of this. Like, for example, you might want to, well, let's just use this as an example, client. So I'm going to apply that by hitting the apply button. Okay, and we're going to do one or two more, and I'll show you then what the idea is here.
NTW would be a good one.
Okay, let's do NTW.
There you go.
All right, we're going to do the same thing. Client, apply, and let's do a third one.
Bill Fedor, right there, Slumberland. There you go. 2 up, 3 up, one more. There you go.
Okay, I'm just showing you this because I'm going to show you how to create a view of unfiltered data. So we know we have some clients in there, right? So out of all of these 38 here, then we're going to add the column by just right-clicking and choose columns. We're going to add the column type of contact. So that's just our field chooser. I go down to type of contact. I move it into my view over here, and then I move it up to make it maybe right after the company name. Okay.
Okay.
And now you'll see the column that says type of contact here.
Okay. Wow.
All right. And now I'm going to,
so I can see.
yeah, save changes to view. Now you'll see that there's only one, either blank or the option of clients. Now I'm going to filter it by only those that are clients. Okay. Now I'm going to go up here to this little drop down, hover over tools, and say save view as, and I'll call it clients. Okay. I can't see if I quite spelled
Yeah, you did it right.
Okay. All right, now I'm going to just hit OK. So now I have a view called clients. Okay, I'm out back here in my all contacts or other views, and if I just want to go into my client view, I just do that. Now here's why this is useful. First of all, you might just want to say somebody's going to call. You're going to just start calling all your clients, right? Just go down the list. You make notes, left a voicemail. We talked about this or that. But more commonly, people would say, "Hey, I want to send an email out to all my clients," right?
So yeah, okay, got you. I'll remind me to show you something when we get done.
Okay. You remember how to just right-click, send group email, and how to do that part of it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Let me just continue then while we're
Sure.
here.
Sure.
So this just basically, whenever you're in any list in Profit, doesn't matter which one, I could come up here and, you know, sort, filter, and then
Mhm.
have a list in front of me. But in this case, I'm showing you this because a very common thing is you want to send an email to all your clients, maybe a Christmas email or, you know.
Let's go back to the contact one, the all contacts, you know, and do it from there. That'd be better.
Okay. So, and okay, very good. So let's say we want to see a list of all your clients.
Mhm.
We just do that.
Contacts or clients, right?
Yeah, do contacts our clients, right?
Mhm.
And now I'm going to right click and I'm not going to send it, of course, but I'm going to
Sure.
say send group email. Profit creates the recipient list. You can choose HTML or text, depending
Mhm.
on your preference. And then you choose a salutation here, like hello, first name. You can give it an importance. And when you click create email, it's going to create the first one where you put in your content. You know, thanks for your business. We've got a, you know, seminar coming up or whatever.
Right.
And you're just composing an email. When you click send, it's going to send it to the first one alphabetically on that list. You can then, if you wish, inspect it. And if you, or just go right to the button behind it that says
Gotcha.
send, and it'll ask you one more time, do you want to send all the emails? Because, you know, you're doing something that's going to go out to, we could go out to 100 people. So there's another little are you sure thing, and it sends an individual Outlook email from you to them saying, hello, Bill. Thanks for your business. We're setting up a seminar or whatever, right?
Mhm.
So that's the group email function. It actually works in all lists, opportunities, companies, and contacts. I'm just showing you the idea of mainly of how to use a custom field to create a filtered list, and then we did that. We said tools, save view as, we called it my client view. That's what we did there, right?
Mhm.
So that's a useful thing, and you can.
So maybe you can help me minimize, take out some noise that we're dealing with right now. So right now, we were using this, and I got to go in here and once I show it to you, it'll make more sense.
Mhm.
So we have this program that we were using before we came on board with you. It's called it's an Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to send it over here right here. So Laura basically creates we call it a daily grind.
Mhm.
And she uploads these, and let me kind of take you over, it makes more sense. So over here, we've called the daily grind. So she puts it in here, and this is kind of my to-do list for the day of who I'm calling and what I need to do. And then, so we weren't able to put this onto Profit yet, but these are how, so this would be my to-do list. And I'm trying, you know, we were hoping that getting rid of this whole program, and this would all be on Profit, and that
Mhm.
I could pull this up and actually barely even click. The phone numbers would actually be hyper, where I could actually just click on them and it would dial. Does that
Mhm.
make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Do you have that enabled on your computer? Well, do you have click to dial enabled in Outlook on your phone system?
I don't know. That's
Well, okay. Are you usually using your cell phone, or are you usually using your like a landline when you're making these kind of calls?
it's a VOP, and then I have a Skype phone, and then I have a cell phone, so I have all.
Okay. Well, the click to dial thing, you know, that depends on all the variables of what system you have and how it's set up, but that's not really a profit function per se.
Okay.
But click to dial is supported in the Outlook contact is just one example.
Do you use it by
Uh,
chance?
Not really, no. We have a soft phone that we use, and you load up your contacts into that. It's
So we
Comcast
have a
software.
soft phone too. Yes,
All
we
right. Well,
actually phone.com up here.
then I don't think you're going to get to the one-click function from any list right now,
Okay, no
anyway,
problem.
without
But
some integration.
so how would I look at this list on Profit the way I'm looking at this right now?
Yeah. So what exactly are we looking at in this view? Appsmartsheet.com. What is? Oh, that's like an online Excel. Is that what
Yeah,
that is?
it's an online. It's a virtual Excel that
Okay, got it. Smartsheet.
I can
Okay.
export if you
Yeah,
want.
sure. Well, let's then go back and I'll explain a little bit. I'll just drive
Sure.
here. Let's go back.
Yeah.
And your daily grind, these are emails that are sent from Laura to you.
No, this is a neat. Well, this right here, the daily grind. This is a girl that's working for us. So she's sending out these emails. She's a separate person, but Laura is my assistant.
Okay, but it looks like
She's the other
she
person
has,
she's on Profit as well.
yeah, Laura Madry, right?
Yep.
So that person has her delegate permission, it looks like. But anyway, you're getting these emails essentially.
Yeah, this is Laura. You're looking at something else, but this is Laura's email right here, right up here.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, you're using emails from Laura to create your daily grind.
And Laura's putting that on the spreadsheet. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go back out of that.
Okay. You want me to do it, or you?
Yeah, just X out of that or whatever. So that is an interesting approach. I mean, if it works, I'm not sure I'd want to change
I don't
it.
know
But
if it does or doesn't.
okay, so let me explain a little bit about the concept of the Outlook functions of calendar and task, and they're very important.
Okay.
These are concepts that I'll share with you. So and by the way, I prefer to have my task list right up on the right as a
I do
bar.
have it on my on the regular email. So if you look at my view on the emails and not the calendar.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Fair enough. So your tasks are over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
These emails really should be tasks. Okay. Now,
Okay.
and the reason they should be tasks is because the task has a lot of functionality that's intended to do exactly that. It's to create your daily grind. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to start from these emails, what you can do is I'll just pick one that's real. Is this a real one?
Yeah, these are
These
so
are the real
Melissa
things.
works for us, and she does she sends out an email and then does a follow-up call to get time for me on the calendar.
Okay, got it. So but you want to make sure you do these things, right?
Well, I don't need to do anything with those right now. These right now, they probably shouldn't be in this folder, but these are just, so
Okay.
this is the daily grind right here.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to open it up.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, close that again. Now let's go back to your daily grind list.
Okay. Yeah, that was probably a little confusing.
Okay.
So this
So
is, yeah.
the one I'm in now is your daily grind. And let's take this top one right here that says Melissa and this appointment stuff on the right. What you can do is if it's going to be a meeting, you simply drag that over your calendar icon down here. See what I'm doing here?
Mm-hmm.
And it will create a meeting, and it will put the content of that meeting. In fact, I'm not sure, my mouse didn't quite capture that, so I'm going to let you drive on that.
Okay.
Drag that over your calendar icon, that email.
So, gotcha. Okay. So,
And then let go.
okay.
And it'll create this meeting. Okay.
Okay.
This is going on your calendar now because this one is a meeting that you want to set up, right?
Okay.
So since it's a calendar, then you set the time according to whatever the instructions here are on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you invite the person if it's going to be meeting with someone, or if it's just a block of time.
Or what about a reminder for me?
Well, the reminder will pop up based on your preferences for meetings.
But I mean, if I wanted this to be a reminder, if I didn't want to invite anybody, but
Oh, okay. Then okay.
A calendar reminder.
No, what we'd do is we'd make it a task then. So I'm going to have you do the same thing,
Okay.
but drag it over your task icon there on the lower left, the little checkbox.
Mm-hmm.
Drag it over that. Now this is where I'll show you why it's so useful. So now set just the start date, and usually the same day as the due date. So just for practice, select the start date when you want to do it and make it today.
Okay.
All right. You might notice that you can color code these,
Right.
which is useful. Excuse me. So do any of those colors make sense to you right now? Okay.
I actually have them labeled.
And now you can see the reminder box up here. Check that box and say, what time do you want to be reminded about this?
I have it defaulted for 7 a.m.
Okay, that's just fine with me. Now save and close that.
Okay.
And you'll see it pop up on your to-do list over there on the right. See that?
Yep.
So rather than having a whole bunch of these built up and then you're trying to do it all via emails, you just basically either take these emails and convert them to tasks right away.
Okay.
Right? And then once you do that, you could move the emails or delete them. It's completely up to you. And then what happens with these, if this task, if I click on it, if it becomes late, in other words, if you didn't do it on the day that you said you would. So go ahead and open that task up that says today. Double click on that. And now make it, I'm going to change the due date to yesterday, and you'll see what happens, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Or Friday,
Sure.
okay? It's going to turn red in your task list. And
Gotcha.
that, well, it's because you're looking at, and that, by the way, I would make that maybe a little wider.
Yeah, we can do that.
So it just helps you keep track. It's your to-do list, and you check them off by saying marking them complete. Okay, that's what you do.
Right. Okay. And then, so yeah,
Pardon me? I lost you there.
hey, Warren.
Yeah, I'm back. We had a little internet glitch, I think.
Okay, no problem.
So I would start converting these emails into tasks. That's the
That's
point.
what I was saying. Actually, we'll take those off the smart sheet and put them in the task.
Now, right, but the reason that I was talking about having the calendar and task both is that if it's something that's going to take 15 minutes or more of your time, then I would probably also put a block of time on my calendar by just dragging that same email over your calendar.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
And personally, once you get out of that email view, because you're not going to really, maybe that's the way you want to do it, but the point is that you can go up into your view options and just put your task list on your calendar on the right, like I have it. Have you ever
Gotcha.
seen mine?
I have. That's what sparked me to have this call.
Yeah, exactly.
So my question on the tasks, there's not a way. So you know how your calendar will send you a 15-minute reminder?
Yeah.
Your task won't do that, will it?
Yeah, well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
In fact, if you go back, let's go back to those tasks. I'll just drive.
okay.
And you'll see, let's just say that this one, we'll give this actually a due date of today, let's say, and see that reminder. What
Mm-hmm.
that means, it's going to send you a pop-up that at 7 a.m. And it's going to say whatever this subject line said. And you might even put in the subject line, call or whatever it is, set up
Sure.
meeting with. So that's the where you get your reminder right there.
So I can put any time I want on there.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's how
Okay, I got you.
so you just need to practice with the task function rather than just doing it via email, which is not as efficient.
Yeah, and those emails that you're seeing on there are emails that are actually going from one of the girls that's doing some telemarketing for us.
Mm-hmm.
But I see what you're saying exactly.
But it's your daily grind. You want to convert it into a task list, not a
Yes,
list of
absolutely.
emails. That's the idea.
Perfect.
All right. So what else is on your mind? I don't mind just continuing on.
No, we're good. You were good. So you were showing me. So do you think that I should should I keep the same thing or should I?
So let's explore, since I haven't studied sane archiving or sane
I could have
email.
sworn that I got sane because that it was your voice that did one of you don't have to go in here, you can just go into the same
Yeah, well, I have a webinar I most recently did, and it's called How to Tame Your Outlook Inbox. Do you have that?
I do.
Well,
Um,
if you watch that video, you're gonna, I think, get most of my, top 10 or 15 tips and tricks for Outlook productivity. And but if you want a little tutorial on, you already know rules, then why? My question is, why would you get this same thing rather than use Microsoft Outlook rules function?
well, because we didn't have profit before. And
Okay.
we're just using it to, our inbox was out of control, and this actually went in there, cleaned it up, and just had things. It was
Yeah.
pretty user
Well,
friendly.
does it cost money?
It does, but nothing that
Small.
is off the chart.
Well, then I'm going to switch. I'm just going to show you a few things about rules,
Sure.
and just I'm going to do it from my computer actually. So let's see here. Escape.
Now, I don't see your computer.
I know, not yet. I'm changing the.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Uh, okay.
Do I need to hit anything?
No, I'm just hang on a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it so we're reviewing my screen here. Okay.
Okay. It's popping up.
Now you see my calendar here.
And what version of Outlook do you use? You are 16?
26. I use 2016. We're basically on both Office 365, but they're all 2016. So it's
Gotcha. Okay.
same thing, just different color scheme and stuff. Um,
So, okay. So, up at top where yours says calendar permissions, is that, yeah,
that's
that,
something.
okay.
No, that's something else. I'm gonna just while I'm thinking about, I'm gonna
Sure.
go into show you a little bit about rules. Okay, so rules exist up here as a ribbon icon in the home ribbon. Okay,
Mhm.
and I'll show you some of the rules that I've created and what I do with them, and it's all about intelligently moving emails from your inbox to predefined folders based on a variety of potential criteria. Okay.
Gotcha.
And one of the common things is if a certain term is in the subject line or if it's from a certain user, like I'll go in and say, here's a good one. I'll just say, um, change this rule. And that will get me to in the editing. Okay, edit rule settings. So this one, I created a rule with the specific words in the subject. And
Mhm.
that specific word is request for quote. Okay.
Okay.
So, but you can change that, or you can, in other words, you can create a rule with
You
any.
can micromanage just as much as you want. It
You
goes,
can,
yeah.
yeah, and then so that's a simple one. Specific words in the subject line from certain people. Right.
Mhm.
Look at all these different options you
Right.
have. It's not really complicated, and then
Mm.
you just basically tell it where you want to move it to, and that's your folder list. Okay.
So real quick, what can I see how you have your colors, your category labeled?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Um,
yeah,
I gave
sure.
schools quite a bit in the past, so I got a good, oh, let's see, okay. Um, so, okay, I wouldn't know what they are, but I mean, so, gotcha.
Well, categories are a good thing, but they're a little different than a rule.
No, 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 totally. I didn't mean to think, yeah, they're totally different. I was
Hmm.
just looking at your category, but that makes sense. I got it.
I don't mind jumping around. You know what? Something that's really cool is creating a conditional formatting for an inbound email. So, for example, when I get let's just I'll go into my leads folder. So when I get certain types of leads, they are automatically color coded as um, bright red and bold in this case. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a lead. So that's a little bit different than a rule, but it's a conditional formatting. So each type of these leads have different colors and stuff. So when they come into my inbox, they pop right out with a color and a font,
Okay.
and they're bold. Do you know how to set that up?
No, but this is where I'm trying. This is exactly what I'm
Okay,
looking
hang on. Somebody's trying to call me. I won't stop. Hang on a second. All right, sorry about that. Somebody's
That's okay.
trying to send us money. Let me show you how this works. So it's
Yep.
actually really, I love this one.
And
So
what's it called again?
well, I'll show you. So
Okay.
basically, I'll just start by saying there is an, here's a good one. So let's just say this email here, okay? I want to create, and I want to email highlighted when it has certain criteria. So in this case, we're going to go up to the view ribbon option. See that? Where I'm at? Home,
Yep.
up in the view. And you're going to do view settings. Remember, this is recorded. And you're going to say conditional formatting.
Okay.
And then you have a lot of different options here. But basically, I want to add a conditional formatting setting. So I'm going to call this add licenses. Okay. That's and I'm going to change the font to be bold, a little bit bigger, and change the color of it to, let's do maroon or something, right?
Okay.
Now I click OK. Now I have to say, okay, on what condition do I want that type of email to be highlighted bold with that font? And here's my condition. Search for the word licenses. Okay. And I'll say subject and body, right? That's an obvious thing. So somebody sends me an email talking about adding licenses. I'm gonna, and it could be from, so every time I get an email from Stephen Bench, it might be that instead, right?
Okay.
But I'm just gonna click OK. And see how it popped red?
Yeah. Okay.
That way, when these emails that you're getting come right into your inbox that are important and you really need to have them pop, like I'll move this, make that a little
So
larger.
that will go into that folder unread, and you'll see that it's unread over in the folder.
Well, right now it's not folder moving, it's simply highlighted, okay? Now you can also create a rule that puts it in a folder, it's up to you.
Sure. But,
and you know, that one is the same idea. We went through rules. So you go back here and you say, you know, create a rule that any email that says, you know, has the word licenses in it, move to that folder. You can do both.
okay.
And the reason I like this, because I don't necessarily want really hot emails to go into a folder out of my inbox. That's just a personal preference.
Mm-hmm. So how do you set up, you were talking about the quick steps, do you use the quick steps very much?
Quick parts?
No, the quick steps up at the top.
Oh, those, no.
Yeah, okay, good. Okay, I got you.
No, don't even go there yet.
That's more moving parts.
Mm-hmm. With between a few things that we've covered today, I think you're going to get more control over your email. The color condition, you know, formatted conditional formatting using color and font rules, and I'm still trying to figure out why what Sane does that Outlook rules don't.
You know, when you get a second, and you don't have to do it now, of course, just go to the Sane. Well, actually, let me just show this to you real quick. We got 2 minutes here.
Yeah, let me switch it back over to you then.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So you can now click the green button on the bottom of your screen and share your screen.
Okay. Okay, you should have it now. Let's see. Here you go.
Yep, okay.
All right, so Sane Box really is just kind of it's just, this is the dashboard. So it basically, you know, goes in here, and it just basically helps you, just cleans up your emails. It really probably, I don't need it anymore. I think now that I've got this, and when I wasn't connected to Outlook all the time, like I would now, it made all the sense in the world to do it this way.
Right.
It trains emails, like almost like it does the same thing as a rule, but a little bit not as detailed.
Yeah, I get it. And plus it works in Gmail or Hotmail or things like that.
Yes, and you can, it's for the people that had 1,000, 15 million emails, and this will go in there and actually kind of clean it up for you.
Nice.
And then get you organized a little bit, but not really business. I don't think it's as business related as I would want it, like I am right now with your stuff.
All right. Yeah, I recommend staying with these sort of things in Outlook, because then all your controls are in Outlook and they all work together and they're, you know, all Microsoft.
So I'll put the ticket in to have that training session, and then would that make more sense after that's all done to reach back out and get another hour with you?
Well, let me think about this for a second before we have you put a ticket in.
Okay.
So it depends on how much more work you need done as to whether I should just, put an order in for that, and then a project manager would work with you. That might make, what, that would be less random. Why don't let's do it this way.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we ought to do is just put in an order for 2 hours of implementation time.
Okay.
And that way it's official. We got a project manager assigned, and it's not just sort of a random ticket that, people are chasing down.
Sure.
And regarding this hour, there's no charge for that. I'll just do that as complimentary. If later you want some more training like this, it would be at another hour or whatever.
Absolutely. So
Okay.
that's perfect. So would I want Laura to be on, since she's on this with me, would she be on those calls too?
I think it would help, although it's a bit
Okay.
technical. What they're going to do is they're basically going to help you set up your folder, your shared folders, and get the email tracking thing working.
Gotcha. Okay.
She wouldn't have to be on it unless she's particular. She seemed kind of sharp actually and
Oh,
interested.
she's very sharp. Yes.
Yeah. Then it'd probably be a good idea to have her on it. So
Sure.
you'll schedule that with the project manager. It'll be one of our PMs. I don't know which one yet. And I'll write up an order. You can, just like we've done in the past, you can just reply or sign it, either one.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll look for that. And so I'm not going to put a ticket in, correct?
Yeah, no ticket. Actually, I think I'll have Mark Foltz, who we've worked with before. I think I'll have him send you the order on that,
Sure.
the quote, which will turn into an order.
Yep.
Awesome stuff. Well, I think this is
Thanks.
great. One of the things, two reasons I'm going above and beyond to help you out. One, I kind of like you for some reason. I don't know, you're just a friendly guy. But also, I know that you have potential to expand the business, and it might take some time and some traction. Third, occasionally I need somebody to talk to so-and-so. He's been using Profit for a while. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I am all about it. And
okay.
But yeah, absolutely. So I will look for I'll look for whatever from Mark or whoever we need to do, and we'll go from there.
All right. Awesome. Well, have a great day. Let's stay in touch.
All right. Thank you, man.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.